It's nearly Poch o'clock. Lukaku could be returning to Chelsea. It's a whirlwind of a week. And it's only Tuesday. Episode 2 of this week at Chelsea is going to be absolutely rammed with news at this rate. But before that, we have a game of football to get through. Chelsea versus Brentford. The season that just keeps on going. Before we get started, as always, as ever, like, subscribe, and become a member. Become a member if you want to help support the channel just a little bit more. It almost feels like with the season now essentially done for, no more silverware to play for and all that jazz. Games just don't have a feel to them. They don't have a vibe to them. They don't seem like they serve any purpose. But we're currently without a win in our last 7 matches. We're on the verge of Poch o'clock, and Lukaku is rumoured to be returning. Mason Mount and Reece James are now out for the remainder of the season. The season may be dead, but the Chelsea news never rests. It never rests. That said, as I said, we come up against the Brentford side that sit a place above us in the table. Very similar run of form as of late. 3 losses, 3 draws compared to our 5 losses and 2 draws. We're still worse than them. Despite being the lowest ranked side out of West London this season, we come into this match surprisingly as strong favourites. But it's a weird situation we're in. Momentum, we have absolutely none. So a win against Brentford, a fixture which last time out at the Bridge, we lost 4-1 in. There is seemingly not a lot to fight for in this, which is why I expect the players to, for whatever reason, show up and get a result. That said, we will, of course, be coming up against a team with Ivan Toney, who has bagged 19 goals in the league this season. Only 11 goals more than we've scored all season as an entire team. And 10 more than our top scorer, Kai Havertz, who, you know, team-wise, we carry on with Kai Havertz. He's out because of an ongoing knee injury, but it is expected to feature again this season, unlike the 2 we mentioned earlier in Mount and James. They're out now for the remainder of their respective seasons with their respective injuries, which is definitely more of a positive than most would like to admit. That's what I think anyway. James can finally get his surgery. Mount, I don't really know what's going on there, to be honest with you. It seems like we're protecting him for the eventual sale. I've said this before. The injury has. I will hold my hands up and admit when I'm wrong, but it all seems a little bit too coincidental. Do you know what I mean? A bit too convenient. 4 weeks out on the sidelines if he gets his surgery done. It fits in with the end of the season. We're protecting him. It reduces the possibility of any future injuries. I don't know. It just seems a little bit fishy. If he is actually injured, then fair play. But with Pochettino, allegedly a big fan of Mason, you can never tell in this crazy back and forth with Mason Mount what exactly is going to become of Mount coming out of the transfer window, or coming to the opening of the transfer window. Starting 11-wise, I think it's going to be all over the place once again. Kepa in goal with Azpilicueta returning to right back. Although I don't know, now I think about it, Chalobah, but still, he's been a bit stinky. As someone who's a big advocate of Chalobah, I must say he's been a little bit whiffy. I think we'll more than likely return to a 4-3-3 with no real right wing-back option other than Loftus-Cheek, which, you know. Fofana and Silva in the middle with Koulibaly still out injured and Chilwell on the left. In the middle, I expect Kovacic, Enzo Fernandez and Kante all to start. There's absolutely no reason for Gallagher to be playing, especially after Lampard said in today's press conference that players that deserve a spot will get a spot when referencing Chukwuemeka, Madueke, Mudryk and so on. Gallagher, for me, doesn't really fit into that list of players that deserve. But anyway, up top, I think it's a toss-up, really. No Havertz, maybe Sterling up top again, doing a whole lot of nothing. I would really love to see Madueke start. Not just get game time, but start. There's no reason why he shouldn't get some game time. Mudryk as well. More so to the end of this, this part of the season, you would think Mudryk would get more game time, to be honest with you, wouldn't you? Less in the way of stakes. I don't know. It would make sense if he was to play. And of course, João Felix, who will likely get a start amidst the debate of whether he stays on a permanent deal, do we extend his loan, or do we bin him off completely? That one certainly up for debate. Predictions-wise, listen. Whether the season is over or not, we still need to try and rectify our form in the run for the next campaign. We can't continue the way that we, the way that we are at the moment. Whether or not Pochettino comes in or whoever takes over, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of doing to bring this team back together or form any sort of cohesion or any sort of anything. Anything. But what we can do in the meantime is try and rack up some results to end on a positive as we possibly can with what hand we have left. We've got Arsenal next. We've still got City. We've got United now in between our games between City and Newcastle in the last 3 games of the season. We've still got a lot of big games, albeit they don't really mean a lot. The Arsenal one probably means the most. Let's be honest. That is going to be like a cup final for us. It really will. But all the same, there is still a positive to try and hold on to. Like we've tried to end on a positive note. So with that, I am going to be positive in my prediction, kind of. Despite even less in terms of striking ability. Now with Havertz out, I am going to go for a 2-1 win. I think a draw is more likely to be the outcome, but I think with the form Brentford are in, it's either we capitalise, we lose 2 out of 2, maybe. I don't know. It's either we capitalise or we lose 2 out of 2 at the Bridge against Brentford since they've been promoted. Do you know what I mean? We haven't beaten them in the one game that we had. We lost 4-1 to them in their first game back since their promotion. And if we lose tomorrow, it doesn't look good. It hasn't looked good all season. But nonetheless, with that said, as always, drop a like, subscribe. And again, if you wish to do a little bit extra to support the channel, please do become a member. My name is Harry. We're nearly at the end of the season. Up the Chelsea and peace.